And it is that time of year when producers are out scouting for first hollow stem, but there are some things in the near future that producers should be looking for.
Yeah, most years this would be the time to start looking for diseases and insect pests, especially down in southern Oklahoma and into central Oklahoma. But this year it's been cold and our wheat was planted so much later last year, so a lot of it is really small, that it's not quite as imperative. But this is getting right on the edge of time for it to be looking for those insect pests and different diseases.
We've been fortunate with moisture across the state, and you know, it is going to start warming up. Those are some of the things that help spread diseases from the south, correct?
Definitely, especially because rusts have been reported, leaf rust has been reported in southern and central Texas. And as the temperatures warm and the winds start coming predominantly from the south, the spores will blow up here. It's going to depend not just on the moisture we have, but more so on rainfall and dews and things like that. But typically there are conditions favorable for the rust especially to get going.
What should producers be looking for whenever they do head out to their fields scouting for that?
Well, at this time of year, they're going to have to get down on their hands and knees and look down low to see what's going on. As the wheat grows a little higher, a lot of times you can see a little bit of a different shaded green, kind of a yellowish green in there if you really have severe rust going. Those would be the kinds of things, but you're still going to have to get out in the field and look down in that canopy to see what's going on.
Just for the non-producer out there, why does rust cause a problem on the wheat plant?
Well, rust is what's called a biotrophic pathogen. It needs living tissue to live on, and it's kind of like when we get infected with a cold. That cold isn't going to kill us, but it's going to derive nutrition and replicate in us, so on and so forth. And that's what rust does on the plant. It derives its nutrition without really killing the plant outright. So it'll take nutrients from the plant. If you get a total leaf infection, which can occur, especially when it gets into the flag leaf, then you're not going to have near as much photosynthate or grain filling. You'll have shriveled kernels. Plant will lose more moisture. Just weakens the plant.
We're here on the agronomy farm at Oklahoma State in Stillwater, and have you seen any rust here where we are?
Well, we're actually in one of Dr. Brett Carver's nurseries called the DPON, Dual Purpose Observation Nursery, and you can see part of it has been mowed, and those are the entries that he's interested in rating. But in between those entries, he has these long strips of a very susceptible variety to leaf rust and stripe rust both, as well as powdery mildew. And that's what I come out and look at first, because when you get down into here and start looking, you can bring up leaves that, like that one, where you do see some of the rust pustules still live on it, and the little bit of the orangish color in there indicates sporulation and the fact that the rust spores are viable. A lot of those lower leaves are dead.
Right.
There's not much else going on down there, but there is definitely some leaf rust that has overwintered here. And that will serve as that initial inoculum to come up as well as temperatures warm, and hence we'll rely on dews and rainfall to provide the moisture to get further infection. But mostly it's the spores that blow up from Texas.
So on the lower levels where the leaves are dead or yellowed, that could contribute to future rust on these plants right here.
Oh yeah, it could. It could. Now the really dead leaves down low, they may have rust pustules on them, but those will be not alive because you can maybe see some a little bit in that dead area there. They're not going to provide inoculum because, as I said, it needs living tissue, so it's going to have to be on a partially live leaf yet.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob Hunger. And for more information on this, check out our website, sunup.okstate.edu.